Hello and welcome. My name's Campbell and this is Spiral Up, where we talk about everyday concepts and ideas we can use to improve our daily experiences. And today I wanted to talk about inspiration and who can you inspire? Okay, so who can you inspire? We are humans, and humans are communal creatures, beings, tribal if you will. And because of that, because of the way that our society structure functions and the way that we are, we learn from each other. And so people are always looking for leaders, and people are always looking for someone to give them permission for them to be themselves, is what it is. So you'll notice in life that it always takes one person to stand up, and once one person stands up, other people then have, feel that they have the power to stand up as well. Because as we know, there's strength in numbers. As a group, we are more powerful than as an individual. And so there is this need in humans, in this realm that we find ourselves in. There is a need for us to learn, to look up to people who can teach us, and who can teach us how to be more human, how to be more of what we are. We don't need people to teach us what to think. We need people to teach us how to think. And to do that, we learn by watching people, by actions. And so this is the thing. It doesn't take a lot to actually inspire people, and you never know what you're doing. You never know what your actions, how they're affecting people, and how that will affect someone's outcome. There's many stories in history, or his story, that tell us about people who were inspired by a speech or a conversation, or even just a phrase from someone when they were young, and that basically changed the course of their life, or put them on the course of their life. And this happens all the time. And so this is the thing. How do you want to be remembered in the future by people? Do you want to be, that person that someone remembers as, the person who snapped at them and was grouchy and maybe said something, just in a reaction that meant nothing to you, but that really, meant something to someone else? Because this is the thing. We throw out these words, these spells that we cast quite flippantly these days. We don't understand the power they have, because words are spells. Words do affect people. Of course they do. You only have to walk up to someone and abuse them to see that, or to shower them with love. You can see the effect instantly. Words are spells. Words are energy, and everything is energy. So of course words are affecting, that's energy that we're literally giving someone. And it can be good or bad, and depending on not just our state, but the state that the person that we're interacting with, depending on where they are, what we can say can really have an effect on them, good or bad. And unfortunately, too many of us, myself included, we all do it. We react, we get frustrated, we get angry, and we react, and just quickly in a minute. And all too often we then sort of go and stomp off in a bad mood and leave the poor victim sitting there to deal with it. And a lot of the time, they just won't care. And if they're sort of a person that's knows who they are, then that will wash off them. But if it's someone who doesn't, that can go straight in. If it's someone who hasn't got their shields up, then you can really affect them in a negative way, but you can also really affect them in a positive way. So this is the thing. Who do you want to inspire, and how do you want to inspire people? Because everything you say could be inspiring someone to do something, either now or in the future, and you will never know that. You'll never know how your words affect people, because We can know people, we can understand people, but we can never see life from someone else's perspective, which is why we actually never know what is best for someone else. We only ever know what is best for ourselves. We can give people advice, but when we start to tell people, you should do this because it worked for me, we're missing the point. Like, we are strong in numbers, but we're all individuals, and that strength comes from becoming individuals, from all being a piece of the puzzle. And so we can inspire people to become a contributing piece of that puzzle and to give and to create something better. Or we can inspire people to believe that the world is a bad place and it's something that they need to fear and fight. Because when we do that, we're creating division, of course, and we all know what's going on in the world. And at this point in time, what we need is to come together. We the people need to come together, and we need to understand that it's us, not the system. This system that is power tripping out at the moment and taking away everyone's rights because they believe they have the right to do that. Just shows us that the system is not there for us. It doesn't work for us. It's not for we the people. So we the people need to be the ones to inspire other humans. We need to, with our actions, with the way that we act. If we focus on how we act and change that from reacting, because obviously reacting is just acting, it's just doing it over and over and over again, the same thing. And reactions are a habit, it's a habit we get into. So if someone says something, we'll just instantly react and say the same thing. So there's no thought process going on there. There's no, empathy, feeling, and there's no interjection of we, us, the self. It's just energy just flowing through without us putting any intention on it. And this is what happens when we don't pay attention to life, and it doesn't matter, someone else will fix it, blah, 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 the world's going to crap anyway, it doesn't matter what I say. This kind of attitude just makes the world go to crap faster. We need to be the choice, because the way this all works, in a simple way, is we have source or universal God, spirit, whatever you want to call it, and it's all around us. And it comes in, to our heart, to our body, and we, that's our energy. And then we have thoughts and intentions that turn into actions, and we put that energy out into the world. So we actually transmute, the energy, which is potential, and we transmute it into what we intend it to be, what we want. And this happens whether it's conscious intention or not. So if we're reacting and just, getting mad and yelling at people and throwing insults and things, that intention is still there. The energy is still there. Just because we didn't consciously, decide on it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So this is where we need to interject with choice, because the only thing we ever have really at the end of the day is choice. Our perspective and the right to act on it. And so with this choice, like I said, we get to inspire people, and we never know how it's going to turn out, how people are going to react to the way that we respond to them. So the message is just choose to act and not react. Try and catch yourself in those moments. If you have reacted in a bad way, admit it. And that way you can go on, and next time you can act better. You can, instead of reacting, you can start to act and start to have intention with what you do and what you're giving out in your energy in the world. And with that, you start to be part of the solution rather than part of the problem, because you can't be in the middle. There's no, the only constant is change. There's no point ever where there's no movement or change. That's called, I don't know what that's called, death, lifelessness. At that point, if there's no movement, it means there's no energy. Okay, so yes, we are like a funnel for energy, and it's our intention and our thoughts that transmute the potential energy into the reality that we experience. And so we must be careful with, what we're putting out there. And as I said, all our actions and or reactions are going to inspire someone. They're going to go inside someone, these thoughts and this energy that we put out, and they're going to have a positive or a negative effect, because like I said, nothing is ever stagnant. You can't have anything stagnant. There's no point where nothing moves. That's called to be without energy, which is entropy. So whether you make a choice or not, you're making a choice. To make no choice is to make a choice. It's much better to make a choice with intention. Use that power, because it's the greatest power you've got, really. That's how we affect the outside world, is we put our choice and intention forward. And that's how we transmute the energy, the source, into the reality that we experience down here in this realm. So I hope, that made sense. I really just wanted to get across the point that, we need to be very careful, especially at this point, of what we're putting out, because whatever we put out to people is going to have an effect, both on them in a small point, but also on the greater world, because it is all energy and everyone's putting their intention out there. So obviously, if more than 50% are putting out bad intention, then we get, bad. If more than 50% are putting out good intentions, then things start to turn better. So this is what we need to do. Focus on, being the change that we want to see. And if we do that, then we will inspire people, give them, the courage and the power to stand up and be the change that they want to see as well. And they will inspire someone else, and they will inspire someone else, and on it goes to the Great Awakening. All right, guys, thanks for spending some time with me. Have an amazing day, and I shall talk to you all soon. Bye for now.